What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I just want to go ahead and say thank you, God, for giving us this opportunity once again. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications because I'm uploading every single day. Don't forget to hit that like button, and man, be sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below when complete. So as y'all can see, man, by the looks of the title and the screen today, I am bringing y'all 3 of the best and most rare toxic builds on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Now, I have recently dropped y'all some gameplay, a few build makings, and if you want more gameplay, just go ahead and let me know in the comment section if that is what you want. I am most definitely looking forward to bringing gameplay in the future, but with a face reveal included, so you're going to be able to see some live reactions, y'all. And if you want anything else, it does not matter. Go ahead and let me know, what do y'all want to see posted on this channel, and I most definitely got y'all. It does not matter what it is. It does not even have to be 2K related. But let's go ahead and get back into the making of this build. So as you can see, I did go with the height of 7'1". When it comes down to the weight, I'm going to go with 246 and a 7'8 wingspan. Now, for the physicals, I did decide to max out my speed and acceleration. I went with a vertical of 65 and a 93 stamina, and then for the defensive end, we actually get a good amount of badges, being 94, and considering the fact that we're going to be 7'1", you are also able to max out that mid-range at an 83, which is very solid, but then with that three-pointer being a 75 and a 72 free throw, that's going to bring us up to a total of 22 badges. Now, once we go ahead and get into the finishing, this is a very crucial part about this build. So I'm going to go ahead and max out that standing dunk to a 99, go with the 65 driving dunk. Driving layup's going to be a 45 with a 92 close shot and a 78, or you could go ahead and adjust this to a 68 post control. When it comes down to the badges on the finishing, you're going to be able to get somewhere around 23, but if you really wanted to and tried to get extra badges in this area, you definitely can do so. But really consider the extra 10 badges that we are able to unlock from our rebirth, but also the 6 seasons that gave us an extra badge point as well, which is going to allow us to get 10 extra badges to any area of this build if you have been grinding all year. Now you can pretty much throw the rest of the attributes into your pass accuracy, and in my opinion, that's going to be a huge W, because that means we're going to be able to unlock Bullet Passer on gold. Now, this is pretty much what the build is going to be looking like. You honestly do have the potential to get over 100 badges on any build as long as you adjust it to your own liking. But these are the takeovers, the glass cleaning, then we get the rim protecting as well as with the sharpshooting. So this should all be based off of what you feel like is going to be more so on your playstyle. I'm going to go with double paint intimidation takeover. And as y'all can see, we have made the two-way mid-range specialist build with a comparison of Dikembe Mutombo, y'all. Now, let's go ahead and get into the second build that I got lined up for y'all. I am telling you, they are only going to continue to get even better as we go along. So with this build, we're going to be going with the height of 7'2", weight 223, with a wingspan that is going to be 8 feet long. Now, this build is super crazy when it comes down to the physicals. Let's just go ahead and check out what we're going to be looking like all around on this build. So the first thing that I would highly recommend, start with the physicals. I'm going to go with a maxed out speed of 69, 66 acceleration, and just for a moment, a 69 speed on a 7'2 build. Really toxic, but then once you take a look at the vertical, being a 75, almost an 80, and a 95 stamina, this build is honestly, in my opinion, really toxic, not only because of the physicals, but what we are going to be able to do when it comes down to bringing this build out. So, as far as for what we're going to be looking like on the finishing end, I really want to be super different when it comes to the inside, so I'm going to go with a close shot of 63. As for the driving layup, I'm going to go with the 55, 75 driving dunk, and then once it comes down to the standing dunk, I'm going to go with a 90. Now, if you do want to get extra badges into your finishing area, I would recommend going with a post control of 76. That's going to bring us up to a total of 26 badges on the finishing end. But once we go ahead and get into the playmaking, if you want to, you can definitely go ahead and max out your ball handle going with a 49. Then when it comes down to the speed with ball, go with the 48 and a 91 pass accuracy or a 92, and that's going to bring us up to a total of 18 badges. But I'm telling you, on this 7-2 build, you honestly have the potential to get a playmaking takeover at 7-2, y'all. Now think of how crazy that build is going to be made once it comes down to what we're going to be looking like grinding this build out to 99 overall, running with teammates that are going to be having floor general and defensive leader, and then consider a double playmaking takeover, y'all. That gives you the potential of adding plus 10 or 20 to your playmaking stats, depending on which takeovers you pick. But when it comes down to the defensive end, very solid with 32 badges and 6 badges for the shooting. But look, if you really run with the correct teammates, the three-pointer on this build is going to be up in the 70s or the 80s. It really just comes down to the way that you decide to make it. But as for me, really take into consideration what these builds are going to be looking like in takeover as well as with boost, and running with teammates that are going to be running the correct badges. But as you can see, we get the playmaking takeover, rim protecting, and then also the glass cleaning. Remember, you're going to get a huge boost if you do double up on the playmaking takeovers, and the only reason why I did upgrade the playmaking on this build is because I wanted to be able to unlock the playmaking take. So once it comes down to anything else on this build, as you can see, if you do want to make some adjustments, you definitely can do so. You can even get more defensive badges or even more shooting if you wanted to. As you can see right here, I did lower the three-pointer all the way, but I did go with a 78 mid-range shot, which is honestly going to open up the floor just a little bit more on the inside at least. You can't be mad about that, especially with the fact that we do get 29 finishing badges. Now we get 10 shooting and then also 33 defensive. But look, really consider the extra badge points that we're going to be able to unlock from each season and from grinding out. And as y'all can see, this 7-2 build with the double playmaking takeover is called the Paint Beast. Now, let's go ahead and get into the final build that I got lined up for y'all. Now, this one is going to be a little bit more different compared to the previous two builds. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is put this build under the small forward position. Once it comes down to the height, go with 6'10". As for the weight, I'm liking the weight of 200. And then finally, for the wingspan, if you feel like you want to go with anything other than what I'm showing y'all, you definitely can do so. But I decided to go with 7'7". Now, once we go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build, just please be sure to follow along with every individual stat. I want y'all to make the build exactly how I'm bringing it to y'all, so that way we can get the same exact build name and everything is going to be all set up from there. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at what we're going to be doing with the finishing. So I'm going to go with a close shot of 90, and honestly that's going to be very solid and has the potential to get to 99. As for the driving layup, I'm going to go with the 65. If you want to raise this to get more badges, you definitely can do so, or you can hit that threshold of a 70 here. Then once we go ahead and get into the driving dunk, max this out, go with a 90 standing dunk and a 76 post control, and that's going to allow us to maintain 27 finishing badges. Now, for the physicals, I did max out my speed and acceleration, went with a 75 vertical and a 99 stamina. Now, once we go ahead and take a look at the shooting, be sure to go with an 82 mid-range shot, 76 for the three-pointer, and if you want to, you can even go with a 77. It really just comes down to your preference, but as you can see with the free throw as well, I decided to go with an 85. When it comes down to this area of the build, very crucial to make sure that you're going to be able to spread the floor, so that is why I stress on being able to make sure that this build can shoot and do just about anything when it comes down to the offensive, but also the defensive end of the floor. Now, for the playmaking, I'm going to go with a pass accuracy. Honestly, this should all be based off of your preference, but at least I'm going to be able to get silver bullet passer on this build. So go with the 76, max out your ball handle, and then once it comes down to the speed with ball, I'm going to go with the 65, and we're going to be all set up to go from here. Now, once we go ahead and get into the defensive end, remember, this should all be based off of what you feel comfortable with, as well as making the own adjustments to cater to your own play style. So if you feel like you want to go ahead and try to get less or more shooting badges, what I mean by that is you definitely can do so. And all in all, it should really be based off of what you feel comfortable with, but more so importantly, how you're going to be able to make the build should be based off if you feel like you're going to put yourself in the best position for success. So pretty much this is what the build is going to be looking like. And remember, you do get a 10 badge count added onto this build if you did grind out each season and made a rebirth, which I know everybody has already, but remember, just know that I appreciate y'all to those of you who made it to this far of the video, and just know you are a loyal member of the Rich Gang family. Go ahead and comment down right now, out of all 3 builds, which one are you going to be making yourself and which one do you think is the best? Also, comment down below, where are you tuning in from? Now the takeovers, we get the post scoring, rim protecting, shot creating, and the sharpshooting. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, turn on post notifications, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below right now. Let's go ahead and check out the build name, and as y'all can see, together, we have created the mid-interior facilitator with a comparison of LeBron James. Again, I love y'all, I thank y'all, and man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.